Where's north? Is north this way? No, this way. Where's north? Is that the North Star? Hey guys, do you know where north is? Oh, this way? Oh. Hey guys, this is Dr. Alchemist, M.F.A, the Neo Scholar. We are back with another One Piece chapter reviews, and man, I didn't join like the Boy Scouts, so I never really knew what north was, but I know if there's a star or the moon. The moon's not technically a star, is it? I watched Sailor Moon, and I feel like I should know these things. Let me know down in the comments, how do you find the North Star? Is it the brightest one, or is it where you go, like where the moon is in the sun? Is that north? I don't know. Well, let's kind of get into it. Not kind of. Let's get back into it. All right, so this is going to be Chapter 29, Uphill Battle. Super exciting. We got down all the prerequisites of a One Piece island, meaning as we're going through different islands, this is how it works. We first get to know everybody, see how like the island is, and then after that, we kind of find the conflict, and now we're into the battle part. And now, let's get into the battle. Let's see if Nami, Usopp, or Zoro, if Nami, Zoro, and Luffy will get there in time. So we open up to Usopp just looking out down the hill. What have we said? We're just gonna just call it down the hill, right? Has two cliffs on the side of him and down the hill, down that road. And he's looking down this slope, and it's all the Black Cat pirates. I mean, they're ready to go, right? But you have the ship behind everybody, the Jango right there with a whole bunch of Black Cat pirates. And then in the front line, you have about 6 or 7 people, I'm looking at them, that are really like, oh man, because Usopp just slingshot all of them from long range, right? So he has a good advantage because he has the high stakes. If you ever read The Art of War, being at high, right? High is advantage, right? In war settings. So we cut back to Usopp, and he's saying, what? I'm the first one here? That guy was way ahead of me. Talking about Luffy. Luffy ran ahead, remember? But Luffy ended up back at the village. This kind of tracks because Usopp and Luffy and Zoro are not the best at navigation. Hence, we have Nami. And, I mean, Usopp's a very, very smart guy. And you'll learn later that he's a great inventor. We cut the Jango. It's you? You're the little barnacle that overheard our plan? What's the idea? Usopp says, this is your final warning. Leave now while you still can. I have 10 million fighting men ready to crush you dogs. All right, here goes the 10 million bit. And the Black Cat pirates are like, what? That's the worst lie I've heard all morning. And then Django's like, 10 million? 10 million pirates? Really? Come on, Captain. He be lying. For them to have he be lying, that's crazy. They got slang in the English translation. This is so cool. He be lying. Does he think we're fools? He saw through me. Does he really think we're that stupid? Django says, why you? You'll pay for your deceit. Django looks back. Captain Django, it's amazing. What is it, trouble? Not trouble, treasure. You know what treasure they're talking about, right? Let me know in the comments if you do. We found treasure on those suspicious ships. It's a king ransom maybe 4 or 5 million berries. What? For 5? Usopp says 5 million berries? Why would they have so much treasure on their ship? Well, that's all the treasure they got when they were over fighting Buggy. You know, Nami made sure she sold all that treasure. Well, hold on. Yeah, because half of it is probably with the last village, and this is the treasure they had from the last battle. It's my treasure, but I'll let you have it all. And this might just be Nami's treasure, I think. I think this is just Nami's treasure. I'm trying to think, because didn't Zoro leave the treasure, or Luffy left the treasure because they were running back to the ship, right? And they left it. So this might have been the treasure Nami already had beforehand. Let me know if y'all remember, okay? Huh? You're going to give us the treasure? And so Usopp is saying, you know, that's my treasure, but I'll let you have it all. Yes, I will. I'll give you that treasure if you leave immediately. So imagine you're out there, right? You're fighting for your village. No one's there to help you. And you're like, okay, they got this treasure. Maybe they'll just go away. I mean, Usopp is one of the only humans. There's Usopp and Nami, you know, that they're actually real humans. So we're kind of living through them, through this journey of how would you react. So we'll talk about some of my other favorite parts later. We kind of learn more when we get to almost the Alabasta. But I really love Usopp and Nami because they're the normal people and their upgrades are very practical and they become very, very strong. But yeah, it's super scary. What? He's trying to pay us off? Why, that scum? Are you deaf? Of course we'll take the treasure, but why should we leave, the Jango says. He got a point, Usopp said. Like, Usopp, do you really think that they're just going to take the treasure and leave? No. They're not going to do that, man. They're going to take the treasure, then Kaya will first hypnotize Kaya, then, you know, assign all the wealth to Captain Kuro, then take her out, and now Captain Kuro has the treasure, and the Marines won't be on their ass. That's basically the plan. So the Jango is like, okay, 1. Now when I say 1, 2, the Jango, you'll step aside. So he goes 1, 2, and Usopp's like, yikes, it's some strange projectile weapon. And all you see is, boink, you see Nami hit Usopp on the head. Usopp's like, oh my God. And then the Jango's like, what? You know, he's like holding his thing, like, Have you ever been hypnotized before? I never tried it. I don't think it works, but my favorite display of hypnotism was Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Child, right? Oh no, the third one. It's the third one. No. Yeah, the third one is a Dream Child when they're all stuck in the same asylum, right, with the kids. And they all get different powers in there. And they had to like use the hypnotist. My favorite one, I need to rewatch it. Don't say foolish things, Buster. Nami hits him and says that while he's hitting him. Who's that woman? So you have the Black Cat Pirates holding the treasure, right? Holding the treasure. And he's like, who's that woman? Captain, this ain't no time for parlor tricks. And James like, what? I'm trying to do what I do. Nami's like, the treasure on that ship is mine, and I'm not giving up one berry of it. Hang on to it for me, because I'm coming for it. What's the big idea of giving away my treasure? Ouch. That hurt. Why'd you hit me? You fool. I just saved your skin. Usopp's like, what? Nami explains. I forgot to tell you, but don't look at that guy's ring when he starts counting. He's a hypnotist. What? A hypno... What? Jango's like, They continue the conversation. Hey, where's Luffy? He charged off before any of us. I don't know. Maybe he got lost or scared. He must be lost. And just when we really need him. Okay, go attack them. I'll back you up, Usopp says. And then Nami's like, what? Why me? What can I do against an army of ruthless, cutthroat? I'm only a girl, Nami says. And right now she has no upgrades. She just has her bow staff. And Usopp doesn't have any upgrades. He just got, so far we saw, the pellets, the BB gun bullets. That's it. No other upgrades. You don't expect me to do it just because I'm a man? Look how scared I am. My knees are shaking. You couldn't see my knees. See? Well, look at me. I'm starting to cry. You're dry as a desert. We have no time for this foolishness, Jango is. So Nami and Usopp are going back and forth like, okay, how are we going to do this? Because they need Luffy and Zoro to take them out, right? So I was about to say the Wildcat, like Thundercat, oh, the Wildcat pirates, the Black Cat pirates, just charge over there and head for the village. You sea devils, yar! Here they come. Hey, I just remembered I have some caltrops. Hey, you got some goodies in there? Gimme. Now, I don't know if Nami is referencing, so Usopp goes in his bag. He's like, I got some caltrops. And we'll learn what those are. Those are kind of like, is it called jacks that you just, throw them out, right? Were they jacks back in the day? I forgot what it is, but they're like little spiky jacks, and you step on them and they out. So when you walk over, you get them caught in your shoes, so they hurt you. So Usopp's like, oh, I got some. Now, when Nami says you've got some goodies in there, gimme, does that mean treasure or she wants to grab the caltrops? I'm gonna say she's helping him out. So the Black Cat pirates, the pirates are running over to them. Avast ye or will trample your innards. And then Nami and Usopp says, trample this, and he uses his attack, Cowtrop Torture, and they throw all the caltrops out. Cut back to Zoro. So he's been running up this hill, running up the hill. Remember, they're at the north side, and maybe he's on the south side. And so he's on the south side, and like, God dang it. Okay, Nami. I understand you were trying to get your treasure, but you used me to get you out of the oil, right? And he's like, curse that Nami. When I see her again, he gets a short shink. Oh, nah, I ain't gonna get it. He gets his sword, shink, pulls it out, right? It's just an oil hill, and goes yar, and he up the hill. So Zoro's going up the hill, right? At last, I made it. He makes it up the hill. Now, which way to the North Beach? Oh my God. Okay, Zoro has a very bad sense of direction. That's like the running gag. And that's Zoro right there, right? And so, cut back to Luffy. Luffy's just running. Head straight north. That's not north. Head straight north. Which way is north? And I agree with Luffy. Which way is north? I don't know. So, hopefully Luffy and Zoro can find them, because they need help. Cut back to the battle. So the caltrops are down, and the Black Cat pirates are like grabbing their foot. They're like, ow. And then Usopp loads up, bing, and starts shooting his little bullet pellets. Yeah, it worked. Now it's time for my secret weapon, lead stars. So we get a second attack. So we have Cowtrop Torture, right? When he throws out the jacks for people to step on, right? Then we get into his base attack, which is lead star, and that's just his basically his bullet attack. So he pulls back. Now it's time for my secret weapon, lead star. Bing, hits him, knocks a guy out. Then the Black Cat pirates are like, curse him. Nami's like, you're doing great, keep it up. I'm going to take a breather. Nami, come on, like, help him out. There's like 40 of them. It's just y'all too. And Usopp's like, but you haven't done any fighting yet. And I was like, what's wrong? Usopp says. So when they were throwing the caltrops out everywhere, I guess Nami threw it behind her too, because why is there a sea of caltrops behind him? And Usopp's like, you dummy, you threw them there. Yeah, Usopp was like, what the hell? And while Usopp was looking at Nami at this mistake they did, here come one of the the Black Cat pirates come and swing on Usopp and says, "You lubers are in the way, but not for long." And wow, hits. I mean, it's kind of giving like Flintstones, like a stone and a wooden handle, right? Hits Usopp behind his head, and Nami's like, "Oh my god!" And he is bleeding. Oh my god, it's so bad. It is so bad. He's bleeding all over. But he also has his little goggles, like, Ty from Digimon. Usopp always has traditional goggles. So Usopp hits the ground, grabs his head, and here the Black Cat pirate says, did you really think you could stop the fiercest pirates on the sea? Let's go, me hearties. Captain Kuro awaits us. Hey? Huh? Want some more? Usopp grabs them while he's bleeding on the ground. And Nami's like witnessing this, like, oh shoot. Okay, he can take a hit. And Usopp can take a hit. Let go. Curse ye. No, never. And so he's just hitting Usopp with this makeshift stone hammer, and Usopp yells and wails. There's blood everywhere with his goggles on. I mean, man, he is just brutally getting beaten. I'll never let you pass. My last tall tale will be a true one. This will be another boring day for my village. Because he doesn't want the village to go. He wants to be looked at as now as a liar because he was told them they were pirates, so he don't want them to see it. He wants them to live in peace. And then all you hear is blasted. Well, and the pirate king with their sword like this, right? And it's going to impale Usopp, man. And Nami's like, catches it. She speed blitz and bamboo staff hits him. Bam! Here comes another pirate coming behind Nami. Blasted winch. And he is really, really fat too. He's like Choji fat, right? Probably bigger than Choji. And like Majin Buu, she goes to slice Nami. Nami holds it with her bow staff, blocks it, and goes flying back. I mean, she flies. Oh, okay, she flying back. And now she's hurt, man. Her back stands against a stone cliff. All right? You'll learn to see that Nami's kind of glass cannon, like she's our glass cannon, but she's super strong. She'll get super strong once she gets her upgrades. And Usopp's like, you? Wow. You helped me? Pirates didn't say, I'm going to kill these two. Jango's like, Don't waste your time on them. We're late. We must sack the village. Have you forgotten Captain Kuro's orders if we ruin his plan? Because the Jango needs to be there to hypnotize her before she, can die. That's what happens. The Jango says he'll cut all our throats. Do you understand that? You added fools? Adult fools. All right. I was like ADDLED. Adlid fools? Adlid. Okay. And everyone's like, yikes. To the village, hurry! To the wall! Wait, darn you. Usopp's trying to get back up. Usopp grabs another cat pirate. Wait, don't go to the village. And they kicked Usopp. Shut your trap and get out of my way. I mean, he's really hurt. He falls back on the ground. He screams, please, stop, please. Don't massacre my people. And all you see is the Black Cat pirates just fly up the air. And Nami's like, what? And Usopp's like, what's going on? Usopp mouth dropped. The Jango's like, what? And Nami's like, well, it's about time. What's this, Captain Django? You never told us we'd be facing demons on this job. Now, I think this is coming from Zoro and Luffy. I guess they look like little demons because all the Black Cat pirates have like these little cat ears. So I guess they look like little demons. Not much of a challenge. What was that? How could I know now? I'm in a bad mood. So Luffy and Zoro are there at the top of the cliff, ready for battle. Nami, I'm gonna get you back, he says. Darn you, Usopp. Why don't you tell me which way was north? So Luffy is mad at Usopp for not telling him which way was north, but he ran ahead. And then Zoro's mad at Nami for stepping on him and using him as a springboard to get first to the cliff, well, to the other side where the pirates at. And, he struggled to get back up. And then Jango's like, are they crazy? And that is the end of the chapter. Okay, that was chapter 29. I really enjoyed this one. So, we saw how resilient Usopp is. We saw how Nami and Usopp are starting to build that bond because Nami did step up to help him. And Usopp, man, he wants to protect his village. So I really hope he makes it. I can't wait to see what happens next. We have some new players in here. We have Zoro. We have Luffy, right? We got Zoro and Luffy. They're ready to go. So, hey, let me know what you think is going to happen next time. Sound below. And we are on our quest for 500 subscribers. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This is Dr. Alchemist M.F.A. with another One Piece reviews. Logging off. I'll see y'all later. Keep analoging.